Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hi.
Hello.
My name is Nur Syami Miliana binti Muhammad Kanan and my number matric is 2020611166.
My name is Muhammad Faizul Razif Muhammad. My number matrix is 2020817814.
My name is Nurquratul Ain binti Misdar. My number matric is 2020495052.
Alright, we want to talk about what is perfect competition. Firstly, a perfect competitive market is a hypothetical market with the highest conceivable level of competition. Number 2, serve as a benchmark for evaluating the efficiency and efficacy of real-world market sales. Element and characteristic about perfect is firstly, every company wanted to sell the same item, which is economic language. This is referred to as being homogeneous. To the typical client, individual firms may seem this is indistinguishable. As a result, the capacity and desire to change is simple and inexpensive. Second, the characteristic is about profit. A very company is a price taker. For example, company must sell at the equilibrium price, which is the price at which supply and demand are equal. They will go out of business if they do not, as there are many other companies provide the same product for maybe less price than the company. Alright, the third one is every company has a little portion of the market. Price competition is impossible for business. There is no space for price reduction since companies reproduce where marginal revenue equals to marginal cost. Yeah, of course, if a company lowers the price, it will begin to lose money since it costs more to manufacture than it does to sell, causing it to go out of business. At the same time, if any company raises its pricing, there is enough competition to drive customer away from that store. Alright, we move to another point, which is buyers receive comprehensive product and pricing information. The consumer is aware that a shop down the street sells the same goods for a cheaper price. Yeah, of course. As a result, companies are hesitant to raise price in order to beat a competition. Additional buyers are aware of products quality. For example, one company may cut expenses in order to produce a lower quality and increase profit. Yeah. We want to go to the last characteristic, which is low or no obstacles to entering and exiting a business. Describe the industry. For example, this might take the shape of monetary, time, or knowledge resource. The oil and gas sector, for example, necessitates a significant upfront investment. As a result, rivals face a significant barrier to strength.
The example of perfect competition is agriculture, foreign exchange, and online shopping. For the agriculture, the items in this market are quite comparable, such as carrots, potatoes, and grain are all general crops that are grown by a large number of farms. It is simple to purchase land and grow it since the product is homogeneous. It is also simple to withdraw from the market. As a result, the market exhibits crucial indicators of perfect competition. The second example of perfect competition is foreign exchange. Traders exchange currency in this market. The product is homogeneous since there is just one US dollar, one Great British pound, and one euro. There are also a lot of vendors and purchases on the market. Furthermore, purchasing money is as simple as is selling it. However, there is an exception. Traders might not have precise information compared to expert dealers who do it for a job. Ordinary buyers and sellers may be at the disadvantage. The last example of perfect competition is online shopping. In online shopping, customers may use the internet to compare the product and obtain perfect knowledge about them.
The advantage of perfect competition. Number 1. They allocate resources in the most efficient way, both productively P equal to MC and allocatively efficient P more than MC in the long run. Number 2. Perfect competition. Consumer-oriented market implying that consumer is king in case of this type of market structure, and sellers cannot displace the consumer because the consumer will quickly shift from one seller to another. And number 3, only normal profits may just cover their opportunity costs. Number 4, maximum consumer surplus and economic welfare. Because in perfect competition, sellers do not have any monopoly pricing power, and hence they cannot influence the price of the product or charge higher than the normal price from the consumer.
4. Disadvantage of perfect competition. Number 1. There is no chance to achieve the maximum profit. It is because of the huge number of other firms that are selling the same product. Number 2. There is no courage to develop new technology. It is because of the perfect knowledge and the ability to share all the information. Number 3, lack of product differentiation because of the product are the same and they are not branded. And the last one is reducing this research and development process.
What is monopolistic? Monopolistic is a company compete with each other in monopoly competition. Yet they all sell unique items in some fashion. Stores that offer various types of clothing, a restaurant or grocery stores that provide various types of food. It's similar but different in public perception because of advertising and branding. Number 3. Each company has a virtual monopoly on a certain style, flavor or brand name. And then, next, free entry market. Each business competes with other enterprise and earnings are equal to zero in the long term. If a monopolistic competitive company is making a profit, interest will occur until the profit is zero. We're going to talk about characteristics of monopolistic. Physical product differentiation such as size, design, color, shape, performance, and features to make their product different. If a company produces the same product as another company, this causes price competition with their profit. Yeah. Next, we're gonna move to marketing differentiation, where business strive to set themselves apart from the competition by using unique packaging and other marketing strategies. For example, breakfast cereals. Do you know breakfast cereals? Yeah, may simply be distinguished by their packaging. The packaging should be eye-catching. You know eye-catching? We see the item, we like it. You make the cereal for the children, right? So you must attract the children to buy it. So the graphic must be attractive. So the children will call her mom, "Mom, I want this cereal." Yeah, because that is amazing packaging. Alright, we move to human capital differentiation, where the company distinguishes itself by the expertise of its personnel, the amount of training occur, distinctive attire, and so on. Yes. The cost of producing a decent product must be shared by many consumers, and the firm must indirectly suffer the expense of paying staff wages. This may be compensated by the firm's earnings if the corporation can come up with 1,000 different strategies to ensure that the items are sold and have a good demand. So, we go to the last point of characteristics about monopoly, which is differentiation through distribution. Firstly, include distribution by mail, order, or online purchasing, like as we have Amazon.com, which sells online and separate itself from traditional bookshop. The number 2 is low barriers to entry and exit. Large number of independent firms. Next, we have supernormal profits in a short run. Yeah, of course. If you want to buy, you just click on the website. Normal profit in the long run. New firm easily into the market, and market is dynamic.
The example of monopolistic competition. Number 1, the restaurant business. Number 2, hotel and pubs. Number 3, general specialist retailing. Number 4, consumer services such as hairdressing.
So let's talk about advantage of monopolistic competition. The number 1 of advantage is markets are generally contestable since there are no substantial entrance obstacle. Number 2, differentiation promotes diversity, choice and utility. A normal main street in any town, for example, will offer a variety of eateries from which to select. The last advantage of monopolistic competition is the market is more efficient than monopoly, but not as efficient as perfect competition.
Disadvantage of monopolistic competition. Some difference, such as extra packaging, does not produce value but instead causes waste. Although most advertising is informational rather than persuading, it can be deemed wasteful. In the long and short run, there is allocative efficiency as shown in the diagram, assuming profit maximization. This is because in both situations, the price is higher than the marginal cost. The firm is less allocatively inefficient in the long run, but it is still inefficient.
Okay, let's see the comparison of monopolistic competition to perfect competition. One is there are no obstacles to entry or departure in perfect competitive marketplace. There are little entrance and exit barrier in monopolistically marketplace. Number 2 is in terms of demand elasticity, a firm's capacity to earn long-term profit and how to establish a firm's profit maximizing quantity condition. The two marketplaces are comparable. The last one is the two markets are analogous in terms of demand elasticity, a firm's ability to make long-term profit and how to determine a firm's profit maximizing quantity condition.
And their similarities is the low-run elasticity of demand is one of the major commonalities between perfectly competitive and monopolistic competitive. In both cases, customers are price sensitive. If the price of the product rises, demand for that product is falls. The only difference between the two is the degree to which the different individual demand curves of firms in perfectly competitive marketplaces are completely elastic, meaning that a little rise in price causes demand for a product to evaporate. In monopolistic competitive, demand curves is not fully elastic. Business can raise prices without losing all of their consumers because of their market dominance.
Alright, we're gonna talk about different monopolistic and perfect. Marginal cost. Firstly, marginal cost. In a perfectly competitive market, price equals marginal cost and firms earn an economic profit of zero. The next one is competition produce. Perfect competition produces an equilibrium in which is the price and the quantity of a good is economically efficient. We go to the lastly point about the difference of these two. In monopolistic market, there is only one firm that dictates the price and supply level of goods and services. A perfectly competitive market is composed of many firms, where no one firm has market control.
That's all from us about perfect competition and monopolistic competition. So thank you and bye bye.